Alright! Welcome back to another episode of Criminal Border Chain Offense! The events of the night leave me in an odd state of excitement, and I end up having to head to campus on very little sleep. I'm barely awake as I sit through my classes. Third period, we're in a different room for this class. As I drag my sluggish body down the corridor, I catch a glimpse of Meryl. It looks like she's going between classes the same as me. She holds her textbooks tightly as she walks, chatting away to her classmates. She wears a sweet smile without the slightest hint of darkness. I wonder which is the real Meryl. The killer? Or the student? The thought crops up in my mind, but I reconsider right away. Surely, it's both of them. That smile of hers may be a mask, but I don't believe it's completely fake. That girl I can see now, walking side by side with her classmates, shoulders shaking as she laughs, is one part. The girl is capable of killing a man in cold blood without a slightest hint of remorse is another. One of them are Meryl. Yoink. As I pass her, our eyes meet for just a moment. She pretends not to have noticed and goes on her way. I guess she didn't feel like getting teased by her classmates. I don't call out to her either, instead continuing on my way. In that moment, I feel it more strongly than ever. The border that separates everyday life from the darker world lurking beneath the surface. The morning's classes end. Lunch break. Climbing up to the rooftop, I find that Meryl hasn't arrived yet. I sit down in her usual spot and wait for her. The door opens quietly. Meryl approaches wordlessly before sitting down next to me. She tears open the now familiar wrapper of her melon bread and takes a bite. Hey, huh? Oh, that's a reflection. I thought their twin toes were vibrating from excitement. Yeah, thanks, melon bread. I just now noticed that, by the way. Wow. For a while, we say nothing. But I would sit in silence with only our jaws moving. When I've eaten around half of my curry bread, Meryl speaks up. Huh?
事件にはならない。金貸しのクズが町から消えただけ。誰も探さない。
Oh, you mean that?
なんだと思ったの?
I thought you were talking about Luca. I'm not all that worried about that loan shark. But I guess that thing with Luca was today and not yesterday.
やっぱり二の前イカれてる。
Yoink. A faint smile crosses Meryl's lips and she bites into her bread. Crazy. Oh, please, not the red man. I don't feel. Oh, thank fuck. I don't feel that way myself, but I guess from an objective point of view, the fact I'm able to act normally after what happened might be weird. Not might be. It's very definitely. It's very definitely is weird. It's almost as though the heavy, suffocating feeling that has been waiting in the pit of my stomach, wrapping its sandals around my heart, never existed. I couldn't have given a damn that someone died, nor that I saw the body up close. The one thing that stands out in my mind from that scene is the way Meryl looked. The cold, hard look of determination, unwavering, even in the face of the murder she committed.
そっちが気になったってこと。
Then Meryl stops to swallow and continues.
昨日の今日の話何か問題あった？最高ではないけど 悪くない内容だったと思うけど。
Well, I guess you're right. It wasn't bad. She was interested in the digital drug, and she promised not to stop us even if we get in the way of drug sales. But the real reason for that is that she isn't expecting anything from us. She doesn't think we'll pull it off. That's why she's letting us to do as we please. As much as I understand their view, I do feel a bit frustrated. Saying nothing, Meryl bites into her pastry, her eyes cast down as though it's intact. Her jaw moves as she chews. Choo choo, choo choo, here comes the melon bread. Did you just... Huh? Something got stuck in her throat. Stop being that melon so fast.
電子ドラッグには興味持ってた。でも商品としてじゃなくて効果が面白いって。
Sounds like something she would like to try out then.
でもあんまり信じてなかったかも。もし本当ならって話し方だった。
She said it herself, didn't she? That it's an unbelievable story? Something like that?
うん。でも期待してないわけでもないと思う。
Really?
達也の借金をなくす。帳消しにしたことを話した。ちょっと興味持ってた。
Very nice.
学生なのに無門会と交渉したのはなかなかやるねみたいな。だから二の前と話す気になったんだと思う。
I see.
二の前が無門会を倒せるかどうかはどっちでもいいのかも。私たちは私たちで準備を進めてるし、二の前が失敗したら予定通り、成功したらそれはそれで楽しそう。多分そのくらいにしか思っていない。そういう意味では期待してないかもね。
Wait, the show's gone. She must have been eating that melon bread out of excitement. So, in other words, her twin tails were shaking left and right from excitement. I guess I was right. Sorry, but I really don't think to point out, but that's adorable if she's that much excited about melon bread. And... So we barely even register, huh? I guess to an adult living in society's underbelly, some snot-nosed student isn't all that. I hope we can see it through. I've got my objective after all. And then there's my promise to you.
約束？
To set you free?
別に約束のつもりはなかったけど。
Oh, you didn't? I guess that was just me getting carried away. But hey, whatever. I'm gonna make it my aim anyway. I saw you in the corridor earlier, when you were talking to your friends. I may be overstepping my boundaries saying something like this, but I thought it would be great if you could have the chance to just be normal. To be able to talk nonsense with people your own age every day, you know?
二の前は
Huh?
自分のための目的はないの？
For myself,
達也とかひなとか。二の前はいつも誰かのためにって言ってる。
I don't really have a sense of self. I don't have any real dreams either. I do want to be appreciated, but I don't put in the effort to make it happen. I always figured it would be nice to be famous and live worry-free. That might be why I'm most motivated by doing things for someone else. I've spent my life as a spineless nobody, so being able to help others makes me happy. Honestly, that's probably it. My reason for being is to fulfill my need for approval, even if that is pretty lame. I guess I'm really might be overstepping my boundaries. Not just in your case, but in Tatsu's and Heina's too.
私が自由になるのはそれほど難しくないと思う。
It wouldn't?
私を買えばいい。
Buy you?
私に使い道がなくなれば、私は私を売ることになる。そうならないように、私は私の使い道を示し続けてる。このまま成長しなかったら、その必要ないかもしれないけど。
What are you talking about?
国の風習？文化？私みたいな見た目だとタブー扱いされる。ルカもそう。子供に売りはやらせないってタイプ。
She's more concerned with what's right and wrong than I imagined.
成長したらわからないし、日本ではタブーじゃないというか、好まれるみたいだから。この国ならあるかもね。庄司みたいなおじさんに売られたり。
I take it you don't want that, right? That's why you're making yourself useful?
セックスに理想があるわけじゃないけど、それでいいとは思わないかな。汚い大人とセックスするより、汚い大人を殺す方が楽。
Those are the only two choices she has? Could anything be sadder than that? Realizing the presumptuousness of my own thoughts, I choose to keep my lips sealed. By Meryl, huh? If that's the quickest, easiest way, then it always comes down to money, huh?
お金があれば、大体のことは解決する。
Yeah, I guess. I think I'm relatively lucky to be from a well-off family, but I don't have any money of my own. That's why I have to earn it. To buy the freedom to live my life with those most important to me.
あの人から言われてるし、協力はする。できる限り。
What about your order from Shinonome to kill me?
それは最初からどうでもいいけど。報告は適当にしておく。
That's a big help. There's light at the end of the tunnel, but having to creep about worrying about what the monk I might think feels so pathetic. They've got the collar around our throats. We need to get it up as soon as possible.
首は二の前は私と考え方が全然違うね。でも
Meryl doesn't continue her sentence, but there's something in her expression. It's all at once the same as ever and yet different. She's thinking seriously about something. Something about her now tells me that somewhere inside Meryl, something is changing. Now that is a part of her that's invisible to me. The time she spent acting like a normal girl, no matter how short it may have been enough for her. Enough to show her the value of living the normal life she might otherwise have had. Would she rather walk through the darkness in silence? Or walk alongside friends, sharing laughter with them? Now that Meryl's had a taste of normal, which would she choose? I don't have any plans.
だったら少し手伝って。
Help you out with something. What do you need me to do?
少し気が変わった。自分の首輪を緩めてみてもいいかなって。放課後に二の前の家に行く。家で待ってて。
Got it? Meryl eats their melon bread. Practically stuffing it into her mouth. She chews slowly, then, after swallowing, stands up.
じゃあ、放課後。
Okay. Meryl turns her back to me and heads inside. She never did tell me what I had to do in the end, but what's for sure is Meryl's doing her best to meet me halfway. I've got a good feeling about this. We're about to take another big step forward. I returned home and overwhelmed by tiredness. Now I'm on the sofa. I'm awoken by the sound of my smartphone vibrating. I'll be there soon. I receive a message from Meryl. Before I can finish typing my reply, the doorbell rings. I delete the message and stand up. I speak into the intercom to let Meryl know I'm opening the door. Then disengage the auto lock. In short order, the bell rings again, and I head to the door to let Meryl in. Can I get you a drink? Okay. What did you want me to help you with?
寝室どっち?
My bedroom? This way? I'll lead Meryl to my room. Started? Meryl unfastens the top button of her uniform. What are you thinking of doing?
何って、セックス。
Not so long ago, I would probably have descended into a flustered panic. Instead, I simply let out a quiet sighing. Just take a seat for now, okay? Meryl sits down, yoink. Meryl sits down on my bed. I spin my chair around and sit pacing her. I don't mind doing it with you, but at least tell me the reason.
お昼に話した。
No, you didn't.
首輪を緩める。
By having sex? I don't follow? Sorry, could you go into a little more detail for me?
必要?
If you would.
二の前ならすぐ食いつくと思ったのに。
Meryl murmured something under her breath, and I detect a hint of dissatisfaction from her. I know what's going on here. She knows her explanation doesn't add up. I'm not sure if it's that she doesn't want to open up, or simply that she doesn't want to bother doing so. Back when I was a virgin, I almost certainly would have bitten her hand off for the chance. The first time I slept with Hina, I was at the mercy of my impulses. Hold on, don't tell me she knew about that and tried to imitate it? Just how much does this girl know? That's just scary. Meryl sighs. As she watches me deliberate, she seemingly realizes her plan has failed. Reluctantly, she begins talking.
少し考えてた。これからのこと。ずっと指示に従ってきた。自分で考えなくていいし、楽だった。それが私の普通だった。でも日本に来てほんの少しだけ自由を知った。それで考えてみた。これから先、首輪に紐をつけられたまま生きるか、全部自分で決めて自由に生きるか、自由な方が楽しそうだなって少し思った。だから私の商品価値を下げる。
Sellability?
うん。処女の方が高く売れるんだって。だから処女じゃなくなれば価値は下がる。価値が下がれば私は自由を買うときに少し楽になる。
That's why it has to be sex, huh?
そう。高く売れるから処女は取っとけって前に言われたの思い出した。自分でもよくわからないけど、思い出して腹が立った。だから捨てる。何も変わらないかもしれないけど。
There's something hollow in Meryl's tone as she tacks on that last sentence. She might have a point. One day, Meryl will be sold to someone as a prostitute. Losing her virginity may not be enough to change that. She said she didn't really understand it, but Meryl has come to realize something through interacting with Kotoko and with her classmates. That what she thought was normal until now wasn't. The fact that even she may have a chance at a normal life. In her own way, she's rebelling. It's one small but meaningful step towards freedom. In that case, I should step up to the plate.
そっか。今気づいた。別に処女を捨てることは重要じゃなくて、一番簡単に破れる命令、言いつけが処女を守れだからかも。
You want to rebel in any way you can?
反抗。それかも。反抗してみて嫌だなって思ったら私は組織の一員のままでいい。何も思わなかったりすっきりしたら私は自由でいたいのかもしれない。反抗なんて今までしたことない。したことないことをして自分がどうなるのか知りたい。
Okay, got it.
説明できたし、じゃあセックス。
Meryl wrinkles her brow as though coming to a realization, mulling something over.
考えてみれば。
Yes?
少女を捨てるだけならセックスする必要ない。
Huh? What do you mean?
売るとき大事なのは、処女のマックがあるかどうかだから。
Mm-hmm.
バイブとかある？
Huh?
棒なら何でもいい。
I have a carrot. Hold on a minute. I think actually 2 kilograms of carrots. Don't tell me, you're thinking of stretching it open yourself? With a rod? Meryl gives me a look as though to say, what's wrong with that? I thought all virgins keep dildos in their drawers. I mean, come on, I don't think I can imagine anything more pitiful.
それなら二の舞をまずは。あれ、まず。煩わせない。合ってる？
Yeah, you did, but is that what you want?
何が？
I mean, do you want your first time to be...
いいけど。
You don't mind, huh? There's businesslike and then there's this. Wait. She lives in a world where that might only be seconds away. Maybe she has to be like this just to get through the day?
でもどうしよう。もし聞かれたとき。
Like Luca?
そう。電子ドラッグを試して二の舞を襲ったって言うつもりだった。
I mean, you watched that video for real. Wouldn't be far from the truth then. Maybe? I mean, I don't know what... I just don't know what she could turn into once we use the video on her. I mean, I can back you up if you want, but...
嘘は得意。
Huh? Meryl seems to grasp the truth before I can reply. For obvious reasons, I'm not exactly confident in my ability to deceive someone like Luca.
だったらやっぱりセックスした方が。巻き込まれるのが嫌なら別の人に当たる。
You wouldn't be dragging me into anything? If this is what you want, I'll help you. We're partners after all.
仲間。
That's what I do assume. If we're going to have sex, that is. We do be partners fighting for freedom together.
もう一個。それで。
Yay! Meryl looks dissatisfied with my explanation for a moment, but seems to decide it's not worth complaining about. And in a moment we're gonna receive a handshake that's gonna be very possible to make. The editing? I hope! Cause my god! I can't think of anything in regards to Bulba's and Transport! If I'm gonna be honest with you in here. I mean, it's a different game I'm talking about at the moment, but might as well rant it out for a little bit right here. Anyways, just taking this too lightly. And then there's me! I can't believe how readily I agreed to this! I don't get flustered like I used to. Have I grown, or... Would you rather watch Ray first?
その方が助かる。私がかかったって言えばあの人もっと興味持つかも。
Ah, that's true. I pick up my smartphone and search for the rave file. Shall we use the old one? We could get addicted with a new one if we're not careful. In that case, I point the screen towards Meryl. I'm going to play it back now. I press play. Oh boy. Can't wait to put my scientist costume for this one and see what she's gonna be all about after we use the rave on her. Meryl gazes into the screen. 30 seconds have passed already. It ought to have started working by now, but she's not showing much of a response. Her cheeks are a little red, I guess, but she's expressionless as always. Plenty of people would already have started hand magic at this point, but she is not moving at all. She is simply staring intently at the screen. Hold on. Don't tell me. Okay, give it some time, my dude. The video comes to an end. I'm bewildered. Meryl's reaction being so far from anything I might have expected. Meryl stares at the palm of her own hand, stretching it out and balling it into a fist, as though testing the sensation.
他人がおかしくなるところは何回も見てたけど、体験してみると変な感じ。
Didn't you feel anything?
平気ではないけど、耐えられないほどじゃない。
You resisted it? What? I'm flabbergasted. The effects do vary from person to person. Some people become completely insensible. Others remain conscious, but their hidden desires are driven to the surface. Of course, it makes sense that some people would experience weaker effects. But Meryl, her cheeks are very slightly flushed. Her breathing is a little elevated. It isn't as though it's not affecting her at all. And yet, nothing I couldn't resist. She's holding it back. She's keeping a lid on the violent urges Rabe is trying to drag out of her through sheer willpower. Or perhaps she was never that interested in sex in the first place? I've never seen a response like hers before.
でも、知らない感覚。今仕事するのはちょっと無理かも。感覚が鋭くなってる。
Oh? By the sounds of that, it definitely is having an effect. Then, would you mind if I tried a few things? You're the first person I've seen manage to stay so calm. This is interesting.
いいよ。
Take a seat right here, there. I climb onto the bed and sit down behind her, wrapping my arms around her. No, I don't think I can make them have a handshake. I'll try to think of something else, I guess. In case I make a skip of the scene in between Meryl and I that were shown for a little bit in the first episode, it was pretty awkward. Meryl did not know what to do, and she was a little bit jarred in regards of certain pulls. But surprisingly, and maybe, it showed that the rave is slowly taking her over, which means it's still in effect, and the fact that she cannot really truly resist the effects of it, seems like. Oh, and Itsu has been a little bit of a sadist in the middle of all that, and there's gonna be more that I'll have to skip to save myself from the editing. I cannot rely on me. And shaking here. I'm just gonna put a PNG of that and call it partners or something. I don't know. Meryl?
気分が良くない。多分電子ドラッグのせい。変な感じ。
I don't feel good. I think it's because of the digital drug. It feels weird. Take a nap if you want.
そうする。少し休ませて。
Well, let me rest a little. Sure. For reasons I'm not so sure of myself, I unconsciously reach out and stroke Meryl's hand. She accepts my touch without any sign of distaste. Exhaling quietly, she closes her eyes. Around 10 minutes later, Meryl sits up abruptly. It didn't take her long to recover, although maybe I ought to have expected that. All the same, it seems she feels beaten in some way. She climbs up the bed and puts on her pants, and it remarks somewhat bitterly.
最初は拍子抜けだったけど、思っていたより強力だった。
You shocked me? I have never seen anyone retain the ability to hold a normal conversation on rave.
耐えない方が楽だったかも。
What? How do you feel? Yeah.
まだ良くない。
Take as much rest as you like.
多分そういうのじゃない。
Hmm? Meryl buttons up her shirt and lightly pats down her bezazzled skirt before stretching her back. She screws up her face. It's like she can't quite settle down, or rather, something's bothering her. You okay?
体調に問題はないと思う。ただ
What?
新しい発見があった。
Like what?
うまく言葉にできない。
With those words, she fixes me with a gaze. What?
帰る。
Sure.
じゃあバイバイ。
Bye bye. Before I can even get out of my chair, Meryl is out the door. I follow her, meaning to see her out, but Meryl has already passed through the living room by the time I get there, and I hear the sound of the door closing from the hall. Same old Meryl. Despite the fact we just had schmacks, it doesn't really feel like the distance between us closed any. That said, just learning that she isn't necessarily bound to the syndicate is a major coup. I even managed to get her to kind of promise to take our side. With the syndicate's blessing, Meryl will help us out more than she has up until now. We got screenings for wealthy folks held by Mr. Shoji. Members of Dread are helping us spread rape to their friends and DD. Things are moving along nicely. We're steadily closing in on our freedom. Of course, we're still only at the preparation stage. I need to move forward with my plan, with neither conceit nor complacency. It's okay, I can do this. Not that long ago, I was utterly spineless. Now I can clearly feel my confidence growing. Everything's going to be fine. I'm sure of it. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode right here. Might have to split and shoot different episodes in the notes because I've been recording for a little bit over an hour. So we'll see, I'll make decisions while I'm editing. Besides that, Meryl? Okay, I've saved just that place. Meryl, take it away! Yes?
Bye bye.
Bye bye.